Hello, everyone, and welcome to this podcast on why entrepreneurs, and SMEs matter. My name is Javier Cruz Villamil, and my ID student is 20236. Today, I will analyze how entrepreneurship shape organizations and contribute the economic growth. We will explore their key benefits, the impact of SMEs on the economy, and how environment, resources, and social attitudes can support or limit the creation of new business. I will also talk about how real companies such as Uber driver, Bruce Mart, Gymshark, and franchise business are examples of development in our economy. By the end of this episode, you will have a clear understanding of these ideas and how they connect to your future career. Now, let's turn to the first topic of this episode: benefits of entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship. Market needs must be met by technological changes, improving the supply chains, or the creation of new products or services. The role of the entrepreneurs are to identify these opportunities by evaluating the possibility of generating new ideas or improve existing products to meet consumer demands or establish a new market niche in a specific sector of the economy. This is how the entrepreneurs become the engine of creation, innovation, production, and competition with new business models. The diversity in markets ensures quality standards in benefit of consumer expectations and demands greater challenges from entrepreneurs, mainly in the early stages of the creation of new companies. In these phases, entrepreneurs may face financial risks arising from high input costs and supply chain deficiencies. Entrepreneurs have several options to generate business and productivity. One of them is through digital platforms. For instance, Uber offers drivers the possibility of managing their own vehicle, assuming operating expenses, establishing their schedules under an autonomous and self-managed business model. Other alternatives are examples of franchises of recognized brands such as KFC, Cafe Nero, or McDonald's, which provide the entrepreneur with business training, autonomy, and lower risk in the market, thanks to the previous studies of profitability and risk reduction in entrepreneurship. Existing companies can highlight creative and innovative people who generate new products, new ideas, or improving existing ones. These people are called entrepreneurs since they use the company's resources for innovative developments. It should be noted that in some organizations, limited budgets, reluctance to change, or slow decision making by managers can restrict entrepreneurs' possibilities of success. Google is a representative example of corporate entrepreneurship. Through its program known as 20% time, the company allows its most creative employees to dedicate a part of its working day to the development of their own innovative and creative projects. This organizational strategy shows that the success of entrepreneurship requires the support of initiatives, creativity, and experimentation of the employees that ultimately fall to the benefits of the company itself. A second example is Gymshark, a sport clothing and accessories company that has based its growth on the empowerment of its workers. Directives encourage its employees to propose, create, innovate, and launch new products, in addition to strengthening its presence on social networks as part of its business strategy. Motivation is the main tool to sustain the success of both entrepreneurs and intrapreneurs. The individual effort is based on intrinsic factors such as creativity, resilience, and passion for innovation, which drive the creation and development of new ideas. Extrinsic factors are determined by the recognition of the success achieved, the development is of a new good or service. This set of elements strengthens and promotes the growth of both entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship. The second point we will examine is the impact of small and medium-sized enterprises on the economy. SMEs keep market competitive by becoming the oxygen of the economy and supporting local communities. SMEs generate about 70% of global employability. In addition, they promote innovation through entrepreneurship, since their small size allows them to respond quickly to the needs of the good of service. In London, SMEs account for approximately 98.8% of all business, and in the United Kingdom, they employ around 60% of the private sector. The importance of SMEs is manifested as an engine of development and dynamism in different productive sectors of a country, even transcending national borders through a significant contribution to the global economy. The competitive efficiency of SMEs can be seen in cases such as Brewsmart, a company dedicated to the commercialization of high-quality artisanal coffee, which has become a source of development of solid business relationships. This dynamic not only boosts the hospitality sector, but also strengthens other areas such as supply chain. At the international, another example is Brewdog, a small Scottish brewery that through marketing strategies and brand innovation managed to expand into various global markets and consolidate itself as a leading company in the sector. Now, let's move to our final point. Environment foster or hinder entrepreneurship. The environment can both encourage and hinder entrepreneurship depending on the existing political structure and economic conditions. Fiscal incentives, generating subsidies, and simplifying the registration processes are government measures that can possibly boost the interest of entrepreneurs. However, entrepreneurs can discourage the generation of employment and business growth in environments of excessive bureaucracy, high fiscal costs, and complex regulation. A country's financial apparatus becomes an ideal leverage mechanism to provide resources and promote effective entrepreneurship. The registration of new SMEs tends to increase growing economies that have solid banking system and accessible financing programs. It is essential to motivate students to develop competences in innovation, creativity, problem solving, and digital skills to strengthen their confidence and encourage entrepreneurial thinking. In the United Kingdom, institutions like Icon College, University and Management support students through workshops and practical projects aimed at preparation in the field of entrepreneurship. Finally, entrepreneurship must be closely linked to digital technology, economic globalization, emerging markets, and new economic models as the factors are essential to grow and remain competitive in an increasingly dynamic and demanding business environment. To conclude, let me consider that entrepreneurship are not just business concepts, but ways of thinking that can support any career. The needs of entrepreneurs must be supported by their environment to achieve business success. As you think about your future, consider how these ideas connect to your goal. You may wish to launch a business, improve your workplace, or strengthen your confidence in creative problem solving. Take one small step today, write down an idea, research an entrepreneur you admire, or talk to someone who inspire you. Thank you for listening and have a good day.